Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading today here at Mad World Tarot, possibly maddening World Tarot. The neighbour has a long ongoing DIY project and every day, precisely the time that I want to do tarot, it's my little window of opportunity in an otherwise very busy life. The drilling starts, so apologies if you hear what sounds like a dentist drill in the background through this reading. I just can't avoid it at the moment. Deviant Moon Tarot on the tarot table today. We're looking at some rather toxic relationships, possibly in the first one, Doria and Megan. Yesterday was Doria's 69th birthday. Megan celebrated it by posting a video of her giving her mother a kiss on the cheek, and at first glance that looked lovely, until the internet sleuths got to work and discovered that the video is actually 8 years old and appeared in the Daily Mail way back in 2017, before the wedding, long before the wedding. So how bad is the relationship? The rumours that Doria stomped off, isn't involved in child minding anymore, and things might have got rather cold in that direction. We're going to do a quick little reading now. Check in on the relationship. Did they actually spend quality time together on Doria's birthday yesterday? Why the old video? And where are things headed? I've been picking up Doria's energy in readings recently, including just yesterday, and it doesn't look good. Put it that way. And Doria is, of course, Megan's last standing family member for her Christmas party, Christmas Netflix event, unless she can dig up that niece of hers. Desperate measures. I don't know what she's going to do. Who's she going to call in her hour of need? Anyway, 5-card reading, and it is, of course, I need to shuffle one more time. It is tarot. It's fun and entertainment. It is, of course, just my opinion and just speculation, and just read energy here, and disclaimer in the box below, and happy birthday to Doria. Very well preserved for her age. She obviously is very fit, very healthy, whatever else you might think about her. In my opinion, she looks more fit and more healthy than her daughter. That's just my opinion. So, we've got the 4 of Cups. That's not a good energy for a birthday celebration. It's the can't be bothered, indifferent, bored. Really? Do we really have to do this? I'd rather you didn't. And possibly any attempted outreach was swatted away or ignored. She might have gone silent. There was that very awkward moment, and I actually felt sorry for Megan in it, when Megan was trying to film in her kitchen some dessert that she'd made, and she asked Doria to taste it, and Doria kind of pulled her face and couldn't say anything nice, and Megan looked desperate for some little drop of approbation and got indifference instead. There is the card. There is the card. It's actually hurting me when I touch it. When I touch these cards like this, I get energy from them. That's why I'm always touching. Painful. The indifference is painful. Situation, birthday, 8 of Swords is a stuck card. Stuck. Might be Doria's energy, that of just feeling, I've landed myself in a situation that's going to be very hard to extricate myself from with daughter. And the grift, possibly speculating, of course, don't give the milk away for free. Doria, obviously, famously at the Invictus Games in Toronto, along with Jessica Mulrooney and Marcus Anderson, they seem to sort of do a pincer movement around the has-been. He looks stricken. Various people in the crowd were looking on in horror/dismay, like Justin Trudeau and what's her name, Melania Trump, as the takedown happened of the has-been. Looked like, we will never know probably what was going on in that moment, but Harry looked quite pale and nervous, shall we just say. And Doria was giving him a good talking to in that moment. Who knows? But we can all speculate, and boy do we. Anyway, possibly it hasn't gone quite as well for Doria as she once thought it was going to, and that is just my personal speculation. How's the relationship, mother and daughter? How's it going? not so great. King of Cups in reverse. Interesting, because King of Cups always reads in these kinds of readings as Thomas Markle. He's the King of Cups, Daddy. But possibly there's an odd energy here. Possibly there's just a little bit of hint of regret over siding with mother and not father in this scenario. Apparently she still drops to the floor and sobs and berates, Harry if he dares to suggest having anything to do with Thomas Markle, actually meeting him, having a chat. Mad Neil Sean's story, which I haven't read on quite recently, that Prince William apparently has told the has-been if he wants to reconcile with the royal family, he needs to reconcile with his wife's family first, meaning Thomas Markle, which has caused great consternation. There's the King of Cups in reverse, and it's reading all of that. For me, it's bringing that energy into the reading. It's quite strange. I don't think that there's any love lost between mother and daughter at the moment, and this figure is looming large, the King of Cups in reverse, because way back we got the impression that Doria had kind of iced Thomas Markle out of the relationship when the has-been showed up, and she suddenly became the favoured parent and Thomas Markle was persona non grata. One of those stories, again, that we will probably never get to the bottom of. Well, maybe in 50 or 60 years' time when I am long gone. And so is Doria, and so is Madame in Montecito. But that's quite interesting energy to show up here. I wonder if Doria's not privately having a meeting with Thomas Markle too at this point. Stranger things have happened in the world. Let's move on to birthday celebrations. Were they together on the birthday, or was it celebrated apart? Oof, Three of Swords. It is in reverse, but to me that just means this relationship has hit the skids in a massive way. It's the card of heartbreak and betrayal. Very often with the Three of Swords, because someone else is, did I say Three of Hearts? Three of Swords. Very often because someone else is implicated in the situation and has kind of disrupted the course of true love. But that is painful energy. They certainly did not spend, in my opinion, the birthday together. They might have been separately pondering feelings of betrayal. Very serious. I'm reading this card in reverse as very serious feelings of betrayal and heartache and all kinds of old wounds being dredged up on the day. Old wounds. This is not good, and I'm not in my usual enjoyment of this kind of energy when I feel it's well deserved. I'm actually finding this quite painful personally to pick my way through. So just so you know, I'm not an entirely heartless tarot reader. So let's press on. And what do we need to know? Oh, why? Why the ancient video? Why is an 8-year-old video? So it's the best Megan could do. I've got the Hierophant. Hierophant is a marriage and commitment and status card. And connecting the dots, this video that was found by those internet sleuths was in an article. I didn't bother to read the article, but it was in an article from 2017 in the Daily Mail that was comparing Carol Middleton and Doria. So I'm guessing Megan wanted it found. She doesn't do anything that's not strategized and planned to in minutiae, unless it comes to her jam labels and things like that. Cough, cough. But I think she wanted the connection. I think she wants the dots joined, and she wants Doria's name mentioned in the same breath as Carol Middleton. Put them back together. It puts her and Catherine on the same place, on the same page. Equal status, elevates her back into royal adjacency. If she just does, here's me and Doria out hanging out somewhere in Montecito at one of those glamorous eateries in Montecito, the sushi joint or whatever. It doesn't really have any of the necessary cachet that Meghan desperately needs at this point. She needs the royal adjacency, and if it comes through Carol Middleton, so be it. That's how it's reading for me. As I say, it all seems very strategic. Where is this relationship heading? It's not going to head well in the future. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It looks like it's kind of going to come grinding to a halt. Knight of Pentacles, slow but steady energy when it's upright. You're on, you know where you stand with a person in Knight of Pentacles energy. You can look into the future and think that person's always going to be by my side. I can rely on them. In reverse, they drop away, they disappear. The slow but steady becomes so slow that they get left behind. Somehow, it's also got something to do with Harry, though, because Knight of Pentacles is Harry's energy, and Doria always seemed to have quite an influence over Harry. We have looked at that several times on this channel. They shared some mutual interests. Cough, cough, sniff, sniff, those kinds of things. And she did seem to be a bit of a wise counselor as far as Harry was concerned. Both Virgos, that's hermit energy, that's counselor energy. They might have energetically matched more than Harry matched Meghan's energy. They might have genuinely got on at some level, or Harry might have thought that they got on at some level. But I'm getting a little extra reading in here that I wasn't expecting, to do with Thomas Markle and to do with Harry. And I'm getting that Doria's hold over Harry may well have weakened, and someone else in the mix here, that King of Cups Thomas, might be looming quite large in Harry's consciousness at this point. Take whatever Neil Sean says with a giant pinch of salt, but it might be worth reading on that at some point. Something's off about her connection with Harry. And Harry, that slow dawning of consciousness, I'm getting, the obelisk that arrived amongst the apes, the start of 2001 Space Oddity, I call it Space Oddity, Space Odyssey. The obelisk might finally have landed for the has-been. Just saying, hence the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Anyway, that's the birthday reading, and it's not the most fun birthday reading I've ever done. Just saying. And thanks for watching. See you on the next one.